Hi.
We are.
If anybody would like lessons, just get a kitten. I just got a kitten, and he's got it all figured out.
Yeah.
And in the last month or so, I've spent a lot of time just running around the house with a string and a toy mouse and trying to convince myself this isn't a waste of time. Sometimes it feels that way, but then I think, well, I'm in alignment when I'm doing this because he's so much fun.
Anything that gets you feeling good is the basis of everything else you want flowing to you. So while you are spending time doing that, we know it's not the only thing you're thinking about, and it's not the only point of attraction that you hold. You make a good point, and that point is humans often think that productive effort that doesn't feel good is more sought after and praiseworthy than playful, irresponsible activity that feels good. And now what do you know to be? Your employers are not going to appreciate you playing with the cat all day at work. But they would be wrong.
And I found this cat starving in the bushes, and, he just, 10 minutes after we had him, he was licking our face. And
the cat tells such a different story.
Oh, yeah?
I was tuned into source energy. I knew that well-being was mine. And so I just woke up happy every day. Not once did I use the word starving. It just wasn't part of my meow vocabulary. And I just woke up every morning knowing that well-being was mine and followed my impulses. And so I just followed my impulses until I rendezvoused with someone who had food.
Right. So after about 3 weeks, we found another one from the same litter down the road at another neighbor's house. So I took that one in, and that one's completely different, just totally terrified. But now I've started introducing the other kitten, and he just
that's
he's
because
training
in
him.
the first, you see, you're presenting our message to everyone. In the first case, you were not looking for a starving kitten. You were living happily ever after, pleasing yourself on that day. The starving kitten was not a starving kitten. It was living happily ever after. Law of attraction brought you together. Then you started looking for starving kittens. So now you're on a different vibrational disc, finding a different kitten.
So this kitten seems very fearful and unhappy, but the other kitten keeps trying to play with her.
But you don't. In other words,
I don't want to get attached to the second one.
You're describing the second kitten in a way that you don't want her to be.
Right.
And which really is the message that we're speaking about. In other words, you've come off your disc. We know this sounds silly, but it's why we always choose this person. She will talk to us about a kitten or somebody.
But anyway, it's been interesting to watch him just be so joyful, even if she hisses at him, and he just goes back to playing with the ball, and he just doesn't let anything bring him off his high-flying disc. It's just been really cool watching.
Which of the kittens do you think that you are emulating consistently?
I'm somewhere in between, I guess.
The reason that we ask is because the most important statement that we've made today, the most important statement that you will ever hear made, was the statement that we made earlier when we said, choose the disc based upon how it feels, not based upon the subject. Mm-hmm. And a lot of you were right there, you resonated with it. In other words, pick the way you want to feel. Don't pick the subject that you think will cause you to feel that way. Pick the way you want to feel. Pick the subjects because of their feeling content, not because of their reality content. Pick the subject, pick the vibration, and then let everything rise to the vibration. So you've got these two kittens. One pleases you in its happiness. One doesn't please you in its fear. And so pick the one that pleases you. Pick the one that pleases you. Pick the one that pleases you. Be the influencer of that. Can you feel how, because you're a healer, you're an uplifter, you're a teacher, can you feel how you do that, not just you, but most of you do that with people too? Mm-hmm. You see people in their problems, and that's the way you define them. That's the way you describe them. That's the way they make you feel. It's the reason that you say to people, not out loud maybe, but you mean it, I wish you would get yourself together so that when I look at you, I wouldn't have to feel this way. I wish you would prosper so I can feel good when I hold you as my object of attention, because I apparently don't have any discernment about what I use as my object of attention. Whatever is in front of me, I just look at it and have a feeling response. And we say, get on the high-flying disc, get on the high-flying disc, get on the high-flying disc, and that will change. Get on the high-flying disc, and you'll be there knowing what you know. You will reach the place where the condition of the world, the condition of a person, the condition of anything won't dictate how you feel. That's what true freedom is. Now, much of the world would call that insensitivity. Much of the world would call that putting your head in the sand, because much of the world has found that they can motivate you to action by getting you to understand the depths of their despair. They want to motivate you into improvement, but you never get led to improvement from that way, you see. So these little cats have come to you in response to your request of wanting to understand that you get to choose how you feel, and how you feel does not have to be dictated by what's being demonstrated by something that's outside of you, because you have the ability to focus yourself in alignment no matter what. And what, in your very powerful opening words to us, what could be better than kittens? In other words, if there's somebody who can deliver a powerful message to you in a high-flying way, it's got to be a kitten. Yeah, really good.
I was here last year, and I was dealing with...
Yeah, we don't want to go there.
Oh, but it's a really good...
Don't care.
It's good. Good. It's really good. It's a good story. I'm not going to the bad part.
We don't care. We don't care. The fact that a bad part even existed, we don't care. What?
No, I was just trying to demonstrate how this work works so well.
All right.
Do like one line about... No.
Whatever you want.
Okay. Well, last year my nephew was in a rehab. I'd just taken him to the ER and a detox. Okay, but let me just say,
what she's saying is, I'm going to drag you through a really awful neighborhood, and we're going to come out to like a paradise place. But instead of just going to the paradise place, I think it's important for you to come through the horrible neighborhood.
All right, I won't go. I'll just tell you what it is now. It's been a year. He's been sober for a year. Just got a new job. Isn't that good?
It's all good, but we're really refining things here, aren't we? Aren't we really refining things here? We're really refining things here. And taking someone where they are doesn't include telling us where they've been. Taking them where they are. And we know that comparison feels like progress, but we've moved to a new place, folks. We're on a high-flying disc. This is a whole different game that we're playing in. That's the conversation, and we understand everything that you mean about this. You're just the best example that we have of this available in this moment.
I can take it.
We know. We know. You've been with us for years. You know everything we know. We know that this is the perfect context to have this conversation, and the subject is the difference between step 1 and step 3. Everybody sort of gets, but the difference between step 3 and step 4 is where we are now. So, and there's no place for what happened a year ago in the place of complete allowing. You've left that behind. You see what we're getting at?
So when I speak of him, I should just never go backwards to where he's been. Just
can't do that without activating where he's been. Can't do it. You can't talk about where you've been without bringing where you've been to where you are. Mm-hmm. That's why you keep looking for new friends who don't know where you've been. And then the first thing you do is you say, tell me about yourself. And we say, please don't. Please don't.
Okay. I'll just say one more negative thing. He moved to Phoenix, of all places.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Really. Really. This is a really good time for a segment of refreshment. We're having fun, are you? Let's take 20 minutes.